Hello, Quirk stuff. It is bright out here. Yay. This is a black box theater, and no, not because of all the boxes on the floor, but because it's just like a very plain box room. The topic today is mental health and depression and stuff, so I know loads about mental health. I mean, kind of had to deal with that kind of stuff all my life, you know. I really liked your guys' videos last week. We didn't see videos from Mo and Eric. And that's okay. Things happen. We missed videos. It's gonna happen. But I missed you guys last week. A lot of people on the internet tend to have like depression issues. I think it's has to do with people finding little nicks and communities online that they fit into. And I know a lot of people get sad, but there's a difference between getting sad and getting depressed. And then there's a difference between getting depressed and then getting like chronically depressed. There comes a point in time when you're younger and everything is great in life and everything's shiny, even if it's not. When you're older, when you start to get to when you're like 12 or 13, things tend to get a little bit more real. For me, that happened 6th grade. It was kind of a reality check when it was like, oh, I don't have many friends here. And then things started happening at home. And like I feel like I don't know what relation that has to do with what happens in your brain, because there's depression for no reason, which is in your mind, where chemicals are like not, and then you're not reaching, like your right side and left side have a really hard time communicating to each other. I feel like being depressed for reasons ends up causing that. And a lot of people get put on meds. Some people are anti-meds, some people are for meds. The thing is, I don't think you should be anti-meds, but I really don't think you should be completely like meds will help almost every time, because it's not. It really depends on the person. I don't like it when people shut meds out as a helper, because the thing is, meds aren't a solution. And also, if you're taking antidepressants, you gotta remember, it's not a happy pill. Nobody thinks it's a happy pill. Like when you're getting prescribed meds, they're not gonna be like, oh, take this and it'll make you feel better. Meds just give you what you need, what your brain needs, and no more, no less. So it stabilizes your mood, so you're not up here, you're not down here. And then also with that, to add in personal coping skills, or you gotta do stuff, get yourself involved in activities, try as hard as you can to get out of the funk you're in. I just saw my pastor here, and I'm at school, so it's like really weird. One thing that people are really iffy about, a lot of people need, is therapy, or a therapist, or a psychologist. A lot of people think you sit in a room with a stranger and they just ask you questions, and if you go to therapy, it can really help you. If you have issues with your family, say somebody won't understand you, or you won't understand somebody else, or you guys are fighting all the time or miscommunicating, it's a really good thing to go see a therapist. The therapist could be a third party for you and this person, and they can say, since you can't communicate to this person and tell them how you're feeling, the therapist can hear both of your sides and like talk to both of you guys in a way that you'll understand. A lot of people go to their first therapy appointment, they go home and they were like, that sucked, I don't like her, or I don't like him. It really depends on your health insurance and who you can see, but you need to at least try a few therapists to see who you fit with better. Because and also for me, like, this is my preferences. Usually I go see people who are usually female, a little bit younger, so that maybe they can relate to me a little bit more. I saw a male therapist, and it just didn't work out for me, as well as therapists that are like a lot older, and I have a hard time relating to them with things that are like more my age. My third therapist, I found her and she's awesome. Like, If you have gone through something that's really traumatic to you and it affects your day-to-day life, say PTSD, or just, I don't know, something that you can't get off your mind, or something that, say, you blacked out, therapists can help you unlock that in your mind and accept it. They can help you accept people and accept your situation. Also, you know what, they have, saying you're having a really shitty night and say you're like suicidal or you're gonna hurt yourself or you feel like you're gonna relapse, they have crisis lines in every single state. Look up crisis line or suicide hotline and then your state, and they'll give you numbers, and then you will be able to talk to somebody. And sometimes those people don't really help necessarily. Like sometimes they do and they're awesome, but you just gotta accept that like these people are, I don't know, a array of different people, and they're not all going to understand you. If they don't give you resources, then ask for them. Be like, is there any place I can go to get some help, to maybe see a doctor or see a nurse practitioner or somebody like that? And they will hook you up with some things that you can check out, such as crisis or detox facilities or inpatient hospitals, group therapy. They hold group therapy sessions in most cities. You just got to look them up for different disorders. I think it's also really important to add in like the LGBT youth centers. Look those up. Something that people don't really talk about is mental health facilities like overnight and mental hospitals. It's just like a hospital setting, but the thing is that when you get in there, it's not that big of a deal really. I'd say the only thing that holds people back from this kind of stuff is money, and insurance does cover a lot for people who have insurance. So many people think they don't need things like this. So many people think that their problems aren't big enough to where they can go to therapy or where they should go to therapy, which is not true. You need somebody to help you, whether it be a friend or a therapist, or if you need my help or whatever. They're like, no, I don't think so. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, hon, yes, it is. This is affecting you so much. Don't ever think your problems are too small to get help. If it's affecting you so much, you need help. Anxiety sucks. It's controlling. It controls your body really, and it controls your mind. Say you're having a panic attack and you're at work or you're at school. Will strongly benefit you is to let your teachers know or let your managers know. A lot of people don't utilize their counseling office. The counseling offices can give you a lot more resources as well. Some schools even have groups. Take things to school with you, such as I brought moon sand to school, which is kinetic sand. It's kind of like Play-Doh, essentially, and I just let my teachers know, like, this is anxiety, for my anxiety. I will not see somebody and be like, you are doing this for attention, your depression is for attention, because even if somebody is saying that they're depressed for attention, I'd rather just let them be than accidentally accuse somebody of not actually having depression. If you have seen this, and I guarantee you probably have, but photos or posts with the tags sad/anxiety/depression, anorexia, eating disorder, self-harm, sad girl, and then it has like grunge, and then it has like soft grunge, and then it has cuts. For some reason Nirvana is thrown in there. And if you post photos with depressing quotes on them and a skinny white girl, I will unadd you. I will unadd you if you post anything like that. If you post pictures of other people's cuts with quotes on them, if you post photos of self-harm tools, or doing hard drugs, or getting trashed, not cute, guys. Like skinny girls, and they're just like no. You notice that they're only white girls in those photos, almost only white girls. You know, there are impressionable 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds on the internet that see this stuff and decide to help themselves to it because of their depression. It's absolutely disgusting to me. And also, none of y'all who post that kind of shit are grunge. Do something nice for somebody when you know when you're feeling shitty, whether it be, you know, calling up somebody that you know doesn't have many friends and just hanging out with them. You might be surprised how good it would feel, or volunteering to do some extra work for somebody who needs it. You know, being there for somebody else. The last thing I want to do when I'm in a crabby mood is to listen to somebody else's, and I'm like, you think you have issues, and I think that way, but it's important just not to let those thoughts out, really, because that can be so hurtful. Go make somebody feel better. I hope all of you guys have a good week, and I can't wait to see your videos. Mo, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.